what are some of the common reasons why individuals can find themselves getting lower limits on cards than they would like, and how do we fix it? How do we get that $2,000 credit card limit up to a 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, and beyond?
Um, I would say so. Number one, it all boils down to like your borrow worthiness or your borrowability, which is your credit profile in some form or fashion only qualified you for that $1,000, right? Just because number one, banks consider any limit under 2,500 a starter limit, so
Mhm.
it's very easy to get that thousand and sort of kind of get stuck in that starter sphere. And a lot of times I see that a lot of people are stuck in that basically for what we just discussed,
Yeah.
building credit too fast. In the beginning, when you're first establishing credit, after you get your set profile, at least those 4 accounts that we discussed earlier, if they will allow their credit profile to age at least 9 months before applying for like a traditional card or whatever card that they're seeking, they'll find that they'll get higher limits because if their entire credit profile is new, all of their limits are low, there's no experience to be communicated to the lender. Like, so they look like a non-experienced borrower,
Yep.
which is what most people, they'll stay in that slot. Um, which kind of also goes back to what I said. If you cannot increase your current limit on your credit cards,
Mhm.
then the goal is not to just get a new credit card. Like, you need to figure out why you're being denied, because the number one reason, just a caveat, the number one denial reason for credit limit increases is always you're not using the card enough or you're using it too much. So someone is either constantly, consistently reporting way high of a utilization, which is even if they're reporting just that in the industry standard, which is 30%, that's too high. Especially on a starter card. Like, if you cannot show the bank that you can manage $1,000 credit line,
Mhm.
they're never going to trust you with 5,000, 10,000, 20, and so on. So I would always recommend, if you have a starter card, which is again any limit under 2,500, you are not at the point where you can carry over balances yet.
Yeah.
So if people would just look at their credit cards as not a continuation of their wallet, more so a replacement of like their debit card. Like, don't spend on your debit card and then spend on your credit card. Choose
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
and then pay it off monthly.
Mm.
If they would just don't spend anything on their credit card that they cannot pay back within a month, um, making sure that they pay it back, making sure that they're aware of their statement date
Yeah.
so that they can report a low utilization. If they do that for 9 months, they should not have any issues with getting a higher limit.
Powerful.
Getting a higher limit.
How do you coach? Because I know, once again, you've coached hundreds of thousands and upon millions of individuals around the space, and I'm sure you get a lot of parents that come to you
Yes.
that fix their situation as like, all right, cool, I'm educated now. Now I know. I have my son, I have my daughter, I have my nieces, I have my nephews. I'm gonna make sure they don't go through what I went through.
Yes.
How do you coach parents on how to get their kids credit ready so that by the time they're 16, 17, 18, 19, they're in a way better position than mom and dad was and have a better understanding of credit than their parents did when they were their age?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say first thing is normalizing the conversation, not robbing them of those moments in your journey, your own journey as you're fixing your credit, not robbing them of the lessons that you're learning
Yeah.
in those moments. Because one thing that I did with my children is, again, I just made it a normal conversation. This is my credit score. They knew when especially my oldest, like, he knew when my credit score was 500, and he saw it progress to above 800 now, and he's in the 8th grade. So they're just starting to sort of talk about some things in school, and he comes back to me all the time, telling me like, oh, I remember when you told me that, and I remember when you told me this about credit. So he's having a general understanding of it. But so I would say, number one, normalize the conversation. Be transparent with your own journey. And then number two, when it comes to, I guess, practical things to do for that credit report, me personally, I'm going to put my children on my credit cards when they're 17. So as long as you put your child on your credit card 6 months prior to 18, then they'll start 18. At 18, they'll have a 700 credit score. Now, what I will do though, on their 18th birthday, and I haven't decided if I'm like being facetious at this point, but I think I'm pretty stuck on my plan, which is on their 18th birthday, they will apply for their own credit card.
Okay.
So they cannot build credit based on my credit.
Right.
It'll only get them so far. And so one of the things that I've realized in teaching parents and them passing the lessons on to their children is they'll put them on their credit cards as an authorized user. The child will have a 700 plus credit score, and they will not apply for their own card. They'll think that that's enough. You know, mom's or dad's credit card is enough. I don't have to get my own credit card. I can just get a car or whatever. That is a mistake. I always suggest that a child, a young adult, gets a credit card before a loan. Simply because of that credit age. You know, all loans has a term ending date.
Yep.
So when it ends, you know, you will lose a little bit of credit age, and you want your credit age primarily based on your first credit card. Which, I mean, you can have a credit card open for life. So that can be a continued. It's like the gift that keeps on giving, I say, like with credit cards. Every 3 months, especially that first 18 months that the credit card is open, every 3 months that it ages, you'll get a small boost for credit age. And so I would just say making sure that they, if they have a credit card that's suitable and they don't have any late payments on it, because obviously keep in mind, if you place your child on your credit report or you place your child on your credit card and your credit card has late payments and getting charged off, that'll affect your child.
Right.
So having a good qualifiable credit card, putting your child on that credit card, when they turn 18, getting them their own credit card in their name only. And especially before like student loans and cars and things of that nature. So that's what I would say. Normalizing the conversation.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that clip. Real quick before you go, if you're a business owner who knows that your credit or your business structure is standing between you and the funding you need, I want to invite you to Take Off University. It's a community we've created where we teach you how to structure your credit, how to structure your business the right way, and how to access business capital on strong terms. We've created funding roadmaps to help dictate your path to success, and a community of other business owners who are going to be working side by side with you, all towards the same goal. Now, if that sounds like where you are right now, and more importantly, where you're headed towards, there's going to be a link in the description below where you can click it, learn more, and come join us. We'll see you on the other side of success. And until next time, family, peace.